TFL Lil Duro.
You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner, Dottie. A rebel.
Good afternoon, or whatever time of day it is you're watching this. This is Tyler with the Ride Rebellion Floatcast, coming at you with a brand new tire review for my FloatWheel ADV. Quick little backstory on my thoughts on the Enduro line of tires from the Float Life. My first experience with the Enduro was on my GT. I was not a fan at all. It felt too boxy for my riding style. It did not stay on that board for very long. I then tried the XR Enduro on my GT that had the milled hub, and it was better, but was still nothing I really enjoyed personally. Then I finally tried the pint-sized version on my Pint X, and that took me by surprise, because it was perfect for the Pint platform. It was an amazing little carver with good stability at higher Pint X speeds. That tire remains and will remain on my Pint X from now into the future. The Float Life recently dropped a handful of new tires, and the Lil Duro was one of them. Being that I love the smaller Enduro on my Pint X so much, this 5.5 inch that would fit my ADV was an auto purchase. I was really excited to get this tire on. It arrived quickly, into the garage I went. The tire change itself went very smooth. It was not a fight to seat like the Nimbus that it was replacing. The first speed set at about 20 to 30 psi and the second one seated at about 50. Not bad, and got it without too much of a struggle at all. I should note that I have the standard ADV and ride on the lowered of the three options. Lately I've been lowering my PSI to right around 12 to 13. I've been a bit of a higher PSI rider, usually at about 17 to 19, but recently adjusted due to the comfort factor. I found that the Lil Duro is best at 12 PSI for my personal preference. Right away, I really enjoyed this tire. It had a great carvability and also felt pretty solid going straight at high speeds. Rolling from one side of the tire to the other side felt very smooth. Hell, this was a tire that I was riding when I joined the 30 mile per hour club a few weeks back. Yeah, I'll never do that again. But just had to tap that 30 mile per hour spot once and the Lil Duro got me there. The trails it did good, but if you're looking for a strict trail tire, I wouldn't expect this to be it. Enduros are hybrids, and I feel that at least with the smaller ones, they shine on the street more than they do on the trails. But that's not saying it's bad on the trails at all. It will get the job done. In my Nimbus tire review, I talked about how the Nimbus was far too hyper-responsive, which led to an over-the-top nimble ride. The Lil Duro removes some of that hyper-response. It makes for a great nimble but stable enough ride. The higher speed I do catch some wobbles here and there, but not nearly as much as I did on the Nimbus. Another bonus is that it is pretty damn quiet. Not the quietest, but you really don't hear much from the light treads. Because this is a smaller tire, I noticed that I'd be bracing on incoming bumps a bit more. Sometimes it felt like I was going to get tossed due to the street or trail imperfections. It never did toss me, but it's just one thing that I did notice. You do lose a little bit of clearance on this tire, but for me and my riding style, it was never an issue. You certainly gained some compared to the Nimbus. Because this is a more narrow tire, I do notice sometimes while braking to line up for a bonk obstacle, it gets a little wobbly maintaining a straight line to approach sometimes, causing me to hit obstacles less straight than I was planning for. If you're a strict street rider or a trick rider and you just want a tire that's fun and responsive, this is definitely one that you should consider. I should also note that I went with a soft compound. Summing this up, the Float Life did an awesome job on this tire. The only real cons are that you do lose a little bit of clearance, and sometimes it does feel like it wanted to buck me off. It never did buck me off, but it made me feel like it sometimes. I would definitely recommend this more as a street tire than I would as a trail tire. It does fine on the trail, but it's not where it shines. I think it shines a lot more in the streets. She's a freak in the streets. Overall, I'm going to give this tire a solid 8 out of 10. I do love it. It's definitely going to be going back on my board at some point. I'm just doing a lot of different tire reviews right now and trying different things. I hope that you found this review helpful. If you have any questions, if you have anything you'd like to say, please leave a comment below. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might come up with, or to the best of my ability, I will. Yeah, hope you guys have a great one and stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one.